inching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Cousins looking to put it up right away. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Cousins. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. First carry for James Conner. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
The incredible story of James Conner continued with one of its best chapters yet in 2021. Landing in Arizona, Conner was 2nd in the NFL with 15 rushing touchdowns and made his 2nd career Pro Bowl. The Cards gave him a new 3-year deal, ensuring that his story will continue into the future.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. There's a Darius Smith there, getting in and bringing him to the ground. A few issues here on the offensive line, apparently. He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball...
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case, I think the defense, they caught on to this fairly quickly, and they were able to force the incomplete pass.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 41, Cousins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The Vikings at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
First and goal from just inside the 5. They'll run with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Cousins now. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now from Murray. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They're holding to no gain.
Murray now to throw. And it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football. It's time to lay out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And this is caught for the ground. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Touchdown! Vikings. For a tight end, he can definitely move. He shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, when you're talking about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray now. And now another one thrown incomplete.
The Cardinals were just set to break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
This will be fielded at the 17. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed them pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I know I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
One.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Vikings send out their punter. as he'll kick it away for the second time. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. To throw, it's Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. He's at the 40. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, 78 yards. And the Cardinals are back within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing, Cousins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trucks over it, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Prater for the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think.
He's got a man, complete. Pass midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. 34 yards that time.
Now that's certainly symbolize how they take this 2-minute drill before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, and then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points,
in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Isabella now from his end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40, Andy Isabella. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Here we go. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And some room to roll now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Isabella now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Linval Joseph breaking free and dropping it.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On second down, Cook. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. And that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal for Cousins. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
It's Cousins on the sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the turnover, here's Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Murray back near his goal line. And his throw is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
He's so lucky that all the defense players, I believe, maybe Ken down here is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Isabella now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on first down is Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like the game believe their eyes. Or maybe is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he can get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. First down, here's Cousins. He's got this complete, finding Cook on the crossing route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And goal.
Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Isabella now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here taken in by Isabella. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
only needing 2 yards on second down. They run behind center with Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. That is caught downfield by Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nuwagu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the pressure legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Cousins. And Cook has it left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To the air again, it's Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Back to the ground, Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Cook is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. And he's going the wrong way again. He'll lose yardage here back to the 5.
And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Cousins to throw it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
With that takeaway, partner, Right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
He's got Connor.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. To throw is Murray. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He got 29 yards that time. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Connor up the middle. A solid stiff arm.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now first and 10 at the 11.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
Back to throw, Murray. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Harrison Smith. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber hitting it 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to having maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent, but a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance.